What's up, YouTubers? This is your boy Big Metro Fan 9 coming to you with another video game review. And in this review, I'm going to talk about the game Yoshi, which was released on the NES and Nintendo Game Boy by Nintendo and Game Freak. And the pretty much the goal of the game is to clear the screen of different monsters and stuff like that. Now, for the sake of this video, I'm going to review the Game Boy version, and mainly because I played that particular version under NES Classics for like Game Boy and stuff like that, but I never got a chance to really play the NES version, even though I had a NES back in the '90s and stuff. Now, under the single player mode, you can pick either game type A or game type B. You know what I'm saying? Now, excuse me. Now, essentially, the only difference between the two game modes is that the game B type has blocks in it that falls down into the screen and stuff, while game A don't. Essentially, you know what I'm saying? Now, you can essentially pick between stages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but like pretty much similar to like Tetris or Dr. Mario and stuff. Now, essentially, you have to clear two of the same like creatures from the Super Mario franchise, specifically Goombas, Piranhas, Bloopers, Boos. You know what I'm saying? Now, clearing each of them essentially are worth 5 points and stuff like that. And if you happen to put two eggshells together and stuff, you get like one or four different versions of Yoshi. You got the small Yoshi, tall Yoshi, wing Yoshi, and star Yoshi, and essentially each of them are worth a certain number of points. With small Yoshi be worth the least, with the star Yoshi is worth the most points. So you want to get star Yoshi as much as possible, even though it's not always possible and stuff. Now with the two-player co-op mode, the first player controls Mario, while the second player pretty much controls Luigi, and the winner is determined basically if either one of the players clears the screen or one of the players gets a game over, and if the first player who gets 3 wins is pretty much declared the winner from an overall standpoint. Now, it is worth noting, as far as the physical copy of the Game Boy version of Yoshi goes, you would need two Game Boys, a couple of copies of the game, and the game link, the cable link to play the two-player mode. But if you happen to have a Nintendo Switch or a Switch 2, along with a Nintendo Switch Online account, you can pretty much play the Game Boy version of Yoshi on under NES Classics for Game Boy and stuff like that. So all you have to do in that case is get your two get two Joy Cons, have somebody to play with you under the on the Switch or Switch Two, and you got a game going and stuff like that. Now, as far as the graphics and design, um, the graphics for the Game Boy version of Yoshi are good, but they lack the color palette that the NES version of Yoshi pretty much enjoys and stuff like that. Now, the controls and gameplay are decent, but they're not like mind blowing by any stretch of the imagination and stuff. Now, I can say the soundtrack is pretty decent if you like that lighthearted tunes from like a Nintendo game and stuff like that, a Nintendo IP. I would say Yoshi is a decent puzzle game, but it's not nearly closely as fun as say Tetris on the Game Boy and stuff like that. Now I essentially give it an 8 out of 10 and stuff like that. With that being said, you can sound off in the comment section about Yoshi, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it in terms of either the Game Boy version or the NES version and stuff like that. With that being said, if you like this video, don't hesitate to click the thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button. This is your boy Big Metro Fan 9 signing off.